Welcome to C Files. I'm heading home from another CrossFit workout. Just trying to stay in shape in my old age. Trying to eat right, but I don't always do well on eating right. But, better than what I used to. So it's a work in progress, we'll say. But I try to stay in shape the best I can. To me, it's not that I'm going to die early if I don't stay in shape. No, God has an appointed time, manner, and place in which He's going to take me out of this world. That's been predetermined. To me, it's about quality of life while He keeps me here. That's all. I'm trying to work on quality of life. Yesterday, I spent, 5-6 hours researching candidates because we have early voting going on for the primaries here. And, there were no voter guides for me to look at to kind of get an idea of where these candidates stand and a little bit about who they are. So I had to research on the internet and look them up by name and do research on each one of them. And that took a long time to do because there were so many candidates. Like in one category, I think there was like almost 8 or 9 candidates to look up in just one category. And there was, we got governor, lieutenant governor, ag secretary, agriculture, secretary of labor. You go through all that. And then you have the local elections. You got, county supervisor. I call them county supervisors. They call them commissioners out here. But, all the local elections. And then there was, some judges and, looking to be elected onto appeals court and all of that. Man, that's a lot of time and effort to really try to figure out who's the best candidate. But to me, it's worth it. It's worth taking the time to try and make my vote count for the best possible candidate. Now, a lot of people will say, well, your vote doesn't count anyway. Folks, if we just throw our hands up and give up and walk away, then we're just handing a victory to the other side, the side that wants to take away the real meaning of our vote. We have to keep showing up, and we have to keep fighting, and we have to keep trying. If we just give up, then just wave the white. Then just might as well just wave the white flag. I'm not waving a white flag. So I found the candidates I wanted. Now here's the criteria that I kind of developed as I was going through. It is of my opinion, and you folks have to do your own research and figure out what is your standard for who you're going to vote for. What's your worldview? What are you looking for? And then find that candidate, right? That's what I was having to do yesterday. For me, the candidate that I'm looking for is the candidate that is not just going to be for conservatism, for family values. I want the candidate that's going to be radically for family values, extremely for family values, extremely in defense of the church. The ability to go on Sunday and worship without government interference. Extremely pro self-defense, meaning that you give citizens the means by which to defend themselves and their family and their home. That means supporting the Second Amendment, not just supporting it. It's kind of, we'll work with the Democrats to, no. We'll work with the liberals to, no. Extremely defending it. This is the standard, and we're not compromising. You say, but politics is about compromise. Sometimes statesmanship needs to be about, we're not going to bend. And just declaring, look, your side, your way of thinking is wrong, and we're not going to acknowledge it. We're not going to bend. We're going to fight until we get a majority and we overwhelm you with votes, and there's nothing you can do. Do you know why I have that mentality? Because that is exactly what has been done to us for 50 years. The side that is extremely anti-family value, radically and extremely anti-good morals and integrity, that they want to push the Hollywood agenda. That's a very simplistic way of putting it, but when you say Hollywood agenda, people can conjure up a certain picture in their mind. It's a lot more complicated than that. It's a lot more in-depth than that, but it's a good way to kind of bring you into the extremity that I'm talking about, the radicalism I'm talking about. It's the Hollywood radicalism, pushing sodomy, the parades that march down Main Street trying to shove iniquity and debauchery down the throats of our children, and trying to do it in our schools. That's the extremism and the radicalism that has been attacking us for years. Well, it's about time we become extreme and radical, pushing back in the other direction. And that's who I'm looking for in a candidate. Not just a conservative. We've had plenty of conservatives that don't do crap. We have plenty of so-called Christians in Congress that sure don't act like Christians and vote like Christians when they get there. So where the heck did their Christianity go when they got to Congress? What, they became an extremist on the other side now? So what I'm looking for is the radical that's going to be radically extreme toward defending parental rights, family rights, supporting the traditional family, supporting good morals and integrity in government, holding government accountable to that form of integrity, and things of that nature. That's going to be radically pushing back against the invasion on our southern border. Kind of like what Texas is doing now. Radically pushing back against the federal government, who was radically declaring war against the American people by opening the border up. The radicals and extremists in Washington that have declared war on you and me and your family and your kids. When are we going to bring out the metaphorical cannons and start firing back? That's the candidates I'm looking for. The ones that'll do that. So the old Republican Party, the old conservative ways, I'm sorry, that's just not good enough anymore. That got us nowhere. I want good, godly warriors who will fight for family values. Now, those are the people, as much as possible, that I picked to vote for. And I'll give you one of them. That's why I voted for Mark Robinson. Or I picked him for governor of North Carolina. I haven't voted yet. I'm hoping I'm going to go check the dates for the early voting, and then we're going to go vote before we go out of town for a week. But he's my choice for North Carolina governor. And the reason, no matter how much they try to slander him in the media, no matter how much they try, his opponents in the primary try to misrepresent him, no matter how much they try to demonize him, they're only doing that because he is radical and extremist in his support for the family, for your children, for the churches, for Christian values, and for integrity in government. And the only reason they're attacking him is because of that. I'm tired of the milquetoast, weak, mealy mouth, do nothing, run and hide, and get scared like a little child every time they get a little opposition. Conservatives. I'm tired of them. Get some guts, get some courage, get a little bit of fortitude, and start fighting, or you're gone. I'm not voting for you. That's how it's going to work. Everyone, have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day out here right now. The temperature's nice, the sun's up, those dark clouds that were here before are gone. It's just a wonderful, beautiful day, and I'm going to enjoy it. God bless. Take care of your families. Fight for your families, folks. Fight for your children. Fight for your community. Fight for your churches. Resist. Fight back. Don't let them destroy everything that's good in society. Do that. And then I will see you next time on the C-Files. God bless.